Hello, babies.
All right, boys. That was a stellar cold open. Check out the cold open after show. Ray teaches us some bilingual.
Trilingual.
I was gonna travel. You got to get cultured like Dr. Big Mac. But let's do the Wednesday show, the NFL recap show. We'll start with some opening takes. I think I finally started the show correct. Bill, why don't you get us going with your opening take?
I want to go to Denver Broncos. You know, Damaryius Thomas kind of passed away last week. I thought what Denver did.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. He's dead. He didn't kind of pass away.
Yeah, so he died last week. He died last week
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
I'm sorry to be that way about it.
It's all right.
I didn't want people to be confused.
Is he dead? Is he not dead? He's
kind
of dead.
He 100% is dead. But anyways,
he passed away.
Denver Broncos won the coin toss. Started the game with 10 men on the field, kind of in tribute to Damaryius Thomas. Took a delay of game. Dan Campbell for the Lions he declined it. Declined it. So that's why they declined the penalty, kind of as a tribute. They Fango and Campbell talked before the game, so I just thought it was a nice thing to see. I mean, he was a pretty well-liked player in the league, and 33 and kind of unexpectedly passed away in a hotel room. It's kind of shitty thing.
Sad.
I thought it was a good tribute to him.
Classic move by the Broncos and the Lions. Obviously, probably most well known for beating the Steelers on Tim Tebow's only memorable pass, maybe his only completion in his career in the NFL. Was it 66 yards? Was it 80?
78 or 80 yards. Yep, it was like
overtime play. Sad story. All right, I'll give it a go. Opening takes. How bad are some of these stadiums where your team is at first? Your visiting team has more fans in the stands. The Buffalo Bucks game was so obvious that the Bills fans took over that place. It was more of a road game for the Bucks. A lot of these franchises need to relocate where they can have real fans.
Yeah, I mean, you heard a lot of Buffalo fans in Tampa. A lot of Buffalo. Great opening take, Rich.
Yeah, thanks. No, I was thinking about it all weekend. I just couldn't believe it. Bills Mafia down there in Tampa Bay. Tampa is like one of the worst sports, like good sports. It sucks that they have good teams because their fans freaking stink.
Them, Jacksonville, all the Florida teams.
Yeah, Florida blows. Ray, opening take?
Yeah, how dare the Vegas Raiders stomp all over the Chiefs logo before the game.
Welcome to the Wednesday, Semi Sports Show, Wednesday edition, NFL recap. Week 14. Welcome to the show. For anyone who didn't, Ray wrote the email today, and Bill stole his opening take 2 weeks in a row, and I thought he might do it again today, but he didn't, so I did. And maybe Ray will learn one time.
Did not write the whole opening
in the email.
Whatever.
Or you just keep the joke running. It's all good. Here's a joke that keeps running. White Birch Brewing in Nashua, New Hampshire. Ray, address, please.
460 Amherst Street.
Good side of Amherst Street, the best craft brewing in New Hampshire. Head on down to the brewery, get yourself a flight, get yourself a pint, get yourself some stouts, sours, triple IPAs, do some time traveling with Raymond. If you can't get to the brewery, then get at your local beer store, wherever you get it. Tell them these Simple Minds boys sent you. White Birch Brewing. And as always, if you're watching on YouTube, please rate, subscribe, review, drop a comment down below. Tell us how fat we look. And if you are listening on the podcast, do the same and just make a comment to yourself that we don't look fat. Best games of the weekend.
I'll go first. Thanks. I have the 49ers Bengals overtime win with less than 2 to go in the overtime. Joe Burrow's made a great comeback, but a little too late. Jimmy G is playing top level football for the 49ers right now, making it real hard for Trey Lance to come back in. So yeah, give me the Bengals 49ers overtime thriller in Cincinnati.
What are they, 4-1, Bill? Yeah, for me it was Tampa and the Bills. They're up 24-3 at one point, and Josh Allen tried to will his team back. I thought Josh Allen played pretty goddamn good for that team, and he had over 100 yards and was marching left and right on them in the fourth quarter. Kind of took it overtime, and then Tom Brady did Tom Brady things.
How'd that last throw look from Josh?
The worst throw of the game, but I mean, like I say, I still thought he had a good game. You got to admit, I mean, he carried that team in the second half. They were nothing in the first half. They didn't run the ball once. I just saw, best game, exciting game, just Brady doing Brady things, walk off touchdown when he go 58 yards. to Perriman. So I mean, for me, that was one of the most exciting games outside of Cincinnati and 49ers. You know, I thought hold on, let me finish. My boy Joe Burrows, Rich, our boy Joe Burrows, man.
Yeah, you guys are assholes. You were pissing me off yesterday.
Big boy throws on that final drive. He got sacked on the first play. He was on about the 10-yard line, march right down the field. It took him to overtime. That was, you know, he's going to be a fucking player in probably next 3 years. I would say probably top 5 or 6 in the NFL. Probably by his 6th year in the league. I just, you know, it's good progression and you know, it's a shame that Cincinnati's defense kind of let our guy down.
Yeah, no. He had some beautiful throws on the sidelines. And for some reason, the 49ers decided to not cover those plays because he just kept going back to them. But they're the type of plays you see from a top 6 guy. And, you know, once he gets in that 6th, 7th year in the league, for sure. The way, speaking of throws, though, I don't know if we should clue the listener if you haven't been listening since the first show, basically. Bill and I have a bet with Raymond that Joe Burrows will not be a top 5 quarterback in the NFL within 5 years. I believe it's for $50, but Ray gets to split it and pay us each 25 because that's the way he likes to work. So yeah, top 6, top 7 guy, right? For sure. The Brady's throws in that game, the 2 he had to Evans stand out, of course, but he's so fucking good. It's ridiculous. That fade he had getting hit and lollipopped it to Mike Evans to get the first down and third. He's just ridiculous. It's just insane to watch.
At 44 years old, set the record for most career completions, playoffs, and regular season. It's just what he's doing. You're leading the league in passing. You're leading the league in touchdowns. You're pretty much a shoe-in at this point for MVP. And he's just at 44, man, Jesus Christ. And, you know, like even some of the penalties late. I mean, Mike Evans got a pass interference call. Brady kind of friggin' back shouldered to that. And I think it was more of a veteran quarterback move, kind of underthrew it. You know, Mike Evans had to go fight back through the Buffalo. I forget who it was on Buffalo, but the Buffalo cornerback seemed like one of those. He was just trying to draw pass interference. I mean, he had some darts, and I think he had one to Gronk too over the middle. That was disgusting late in the third quarter. I mean, he's just
Gronk had a good game too. Yep, he's nasty. It's ridiculous. He might never stop playing.
700 touchdowns now in his career.
Yep.
That's
insane. Did you see the video after the game? So Perriman scored a touchdown. He dropped the ball, and there was a Tampa Bay employee that was sprinted to the ball. They like spun it. Now they spun it. Tampa sprinted the ball, picked it up, and ran to the sideline. So fucking they don't have to pay some idiot on the sideline and then the stands some millions of dollars to get it back.
Dude, how many what does Brady do with that? That one's got to go to the NFL or something. Like how many footballs can you keep? You know?
Did you ever see Emmitt Smith? Because Emmitt Smith used to keep every touchdown that he had, and he goes in like to his. Yeah, he did.
He did.
He kept every single ball, and if he has like a warehouse, not a warehouse, but like a storage unit where he has all these like big, like totes of fucking footballs, and they're all labeled like what it is, what game it was, what number touchdown is. It's fucking crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Some people don't like that. I think it's kind of stupid. You know, I think the big milestone.
That's too much. You should keep the milestones. But yeah,
50, 100. You know,
first
like
career one. Obviously,
I mean, how many touchdowns did he get? He would several hundred touchdowns for.
It's like 125, 120, somewhere around there.
Well, either way, it's too much. Worst games of the weekend.
Look it up, Rick.
I'll give you one. Even though it was close, that Dallas Washington game was ugly. It was gross. It was ended on a bad call or a dumb call, however you want to say. The fumble that wasn't a fumble. It was ugly football. Dallas was ahead early. What's the deal with the Dallas Cowboys? They're too talented to be playing like that against shitty teams.
It's their defense. Their defense is not good. I mean, Heineke went out of the game too. They were playing Kyle Allen late. I thought the
so did
call
McLaurin.
McLaurin. I thought the call on the field was pretty good. I mean, when you zoomed in on that fumble by Allen at the end, I mean, it definitely was falling out of his hand before I go forward. But I mean,
his knee was down.
No, it wasn't.
It absolutely was down. Either way, it's like.
But Dallas is trying
fucking dumb call. You watch it live, it's an incomplete. Like this is the problem.
I thought it was too, but I do like how the NFL just let it play because you know there's been times where you've got screwed by that. You know what I mean?
By the replay. They live by the replay now. Those refs.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you get too creative with it. And I'll give you an example with or too cute with it, I should say. Julian Edelman, Kansas City AFC Championship game on the punt. You know what I mean? Where it went up over and didn't touch his hand.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting too cute. If the naked eye shows that ball looked like it fucking hit somebody, that's a goddamn fumble. So that ball will look like Allen looked like he threw that ball. That's a fucking incomplete. You know, that's where it's like you're getting too cute with this shit. Baseball's doing the same thing with the fucking foot hitting the bag and they're looking where it hit the glove. All that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's just
dumb. It's not what it was designed to do. You know, technology is getting too good. You guys got any you want to throw on the list?
Nope, but 164, Bill.
A lot more than I thought. No, I said 120.
Chiefs Raiders. Should we touch on Chiefs Raiders? The Raiders
Denver,
refusing to play any defense that works against the Chiefs.
Yeah, and then Denver and Detroit was a bad game too. I didn't think.
Yeah,
Detroit
imagine
would roll
someone
over
taking
a
the
guy like-
plus 10 on that one. What a fucking idiot that person would be.
Imagine someone not taking the Saints in their PPP OTW like they should have. 30-9 over that putrid Jets team.
Yeah, Bill. Idiot.
I don't know. The rest of them were just kind of football games, I guess.
Yeah, Chiefs and Raiders are the really bad one.
Dude, there was a fucking fumble touchdown the first play of the game by the Raiders. The Chiefs caused a fumble for a touchdown. It was so bad.
Josh
How
Jacobs
about
fumbles and goes.
you want to touch on the Packers Bears game and talk about
that was my other good game. Yeah, what 2 99-yard touchdown returns by Chicago, like or two.
People, even both sides kicking the ball out of bounds, like penalties getting called, like just
onside kick.
Yeah, just ugly shit. But what were the Bears up 28-3 or something? 20, like they were
24-7, I think. They were up
either way
28-7 because it was 21 and they scored like that.
Yeah, because you texted us, you're like, oh, and it's gone.
Yeah. You're like, wow, Bears are playing a game and it's gone.
45 points to Aaron Rodgers, who I guess dinged up his COVID toe again, but he owns the Bears. It's just brutal loss for the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields played pretty decent in that game too.
Yeah, come back from what? Were they broken or just bruised ribs?
He had like a hairline or a cracked rib or something. I don't think it's
okay. Let's get to the biggest surprises of the week. This one should be fun. Let me read you what Ray wrote. Biggest surprises of the week. Number 1, dumb people, parentheses, Bill, think the Chiefs are a scary team. During this stretch of wins, they only
one. I'm sorry. This was at work. I was doing this.
Charlie
It was
Day.
lunchtime.
During this stretch of wins, they only win against good team.
The really good win has been against the
They
Cowboys.
only win against good team has been against the Cowboys, and you can credit the defense, not Patrick Mahomes and the offense. This is not the same Chiefs team we have seen in the past. This is a mediocre Chiefs team that has had an easy stretch of games, kind of like the 18 Patriots. They play a very hot team and one that beat them at home earlier in the season in the Chargers. Let's see how they match up. Ray, defend your take. The Chiefs, who dropped 48 points on Sunday, the defending AFC champions, are just a mediocre team.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes hasn't looked like Patrick Mahomes of years past. He looks like an above average quarterback now. This defense is the only thing that's keeping him going. And I think that if you play a good team like a Patriots or a even Bills at this point, or Tennessee Titans, they're going to expose you and they're going to make you look bad and they're going to beat you. And I don't think the Chiefs are that team anymore. They lost their mystique. They're going to be in salary cap jail pretty soon. And I think this is the turning page for this franchise, that they start going downhill.
I hate having to defend the Chiefs, but they've won 6 in a row, and 5 straight of those 5 straight games they haven't given up more than 15 points. Like what is it like?
What did I say? The defense, you stupid cunt.
But the defense is the reason why the Patriots are winning. They're just on the same thing. You play the schedule that's in front of you.
How many points have the Patriots been getting on offense? Over 30. Except for the Bills, they've been fucking letting it up on offense, you dumbass. The Chiefs are not good anymore. They're not a scary team. This team is going to crumble. They're not going to make it to another AFC championship game. Mark my words, Billy, the trash can, cunt McGee. Fucking heard it here first.
Ray, you've hit your C quota.
I still think they beat the Patriots. I still trust Patrick Mahomes more than I trust Mac Jones. And what's to say Kansas City?
Trust Andy Reid more than Bill Belichick?
No, but what's to say Kansas City's defense shuts down Mac Jones? Then what? Mac Jones, and if Kansas City gets up early, Mac Jones can't play from behind. Patriots are front runners.
We don't know
until he proves
we don't know if he can play from behind. He did it against the Cowboys. right? I mean, he threw a bad pick six and he came back and he looked pretty good. If Aguilar doesn't have stone hands, they might win that game. I think the kid's got moxie. I wouldn't doubt him in a situation that he has to come back and, if he's put in an okay situation. To completely discount the Chiefs is dumb. Also, their 6 wins are not fake, but they're not great. And they've lost to pretty much every good team they've played. They've lost to the Titans. They've lost to the Bills. They've lost to the Chargers, and they lost to the Ravens early on. They've beaten the Browns in the first game of the season. So yeah, their schedule is I think kind of equal to the Patriots. Although I'll say after this weekend, I think that AFC has shown that although they're kind of up and down, they're good teams. They're all good. The Chargers have proven to be a good team. The Browns come back and they've scrapped together a couple wins. They've proven to be a pretty good team. So that Patriots run 7 in a row here. Obviously, the Bills are still a good team, even with 2 losses in a row. It's shaping up to be a little bit more impressive than I think the Chiefs is. And I would take the Patriots at home. I take the Chiefs at home. I think you're in a pick 'em game with that. Belichick has had success against Mahomes, albeit for halves at a time. He always seems to stifle him at first, and then Chiefs come back and get some big plays. Haven't seen a lot of those big 70-yard plus plays from the Chiefs this year with those 2 high safeties. The league might have figured them out a little bit, and Mahomes has to play better. But Bill's right. The defense is good. It's a 3-team race in the AFC from me right now. It's those 2 and the Titans with getting Derrick Henry back. I think that they're a scary team for the
playoffs too. And I mean, Julio Jones back, AJ Brown's coming back. I mean, they're the best. I think Tennessee's, when healthy, is probably the best team in the AFC. I know you guys, Rich, you don't trust them, but I mean that offense. You gave up over 200 yards against a Derrick Henry less Tennessee Titans team. You know what I mean? So I mean, if they're healthy and they can threaten that with Julio and AJ Brown and Derrick Henry, I mean that's a scary team.
No, I wouldn't want to face them if I was the Patriots. I think the Patriots are better,
Vrabel,
but I think that Vrabel and Titans match up well against them. So, but let's be real. Right now, it's a 3-team race in the AFC. A lot of that having to do with the AFC North, which is completely up for grabs. All 4 teams have a shot at winning the division. Lamar is hurt. Those X-rays came back negative. It's not a high ankle. No
high ankle either.
He's kind of day-to-day.
Wait, can we stop real quick? What a P word, because he had to get carted off with an ankle sprain.
Do you have a pointer in your hand?
A ruler.
Oh, doesn't it look like one of those like fucking?
He's a masochist. Every time we make fun of him, he hits himself.
Yeah,
he's probably cutting himself under the table. His fucking fat thighs are all sliced up.
That was dumb. That was fucking dumb. Stupid, Ray.
No, but seriously,
it's the
the cart off, and then you come up. It's like the Paul Pierce. He shit his pants, so he needed the wheelchair. But then you come back, and it's Lamar Jackson getting carted off for a little ankle injury that we've probably all had on the basketball court. Doesn't seem very tough. Ray and I have been down on Lamar, so you're a little bit higher on him. If he has a sore ankle, it's going to be interesting to see if he can be the player that he needs to be as
running back
as he
needs to be. Yeah.
Well, that's what it goes back to, the running quarterback. I mean, think about different, like Christian McCaffrey is a prime example. I know he's not a quarterback, but he's a running back. You start over using him, passes, the runs. I mean, he's breaking down the last 2 years. Lamar Jackson, he doesn't know how to slide. He takes these big hits. He wants to lower his fucking shoulder. He's only 6'2", 6'3". He's not built like a fucking quarterback. I mean, Michael Vick was the best running quarterback we've ever seen, right? Up until probably Lamar coming in this league. And look at the injuries, the extra hits, the friggin' you're moving around, you're planting your leg, you're cutting all this. Quarterbacks shouldn't have to do that. There's a reason why big quarterbacks, Brady, Manning, Rodgers, all these guys have longevity in this league. Even Russell Wilson finally got hurt this year, is because they're not taking stupid hits, right? I mean, they're standing in the pocket. They're not cutting like running backs. They're not putting all that extra pressure on their knees. They're just standing back there throwing the football. This is why running quarterbacks will never last in this league. I put Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson because he could throw the ball a lot better. I mean, I don't see Lamar Jackson
like 100 pounds heavier and like 6 inches taller.
But I mean, if you're Baltimore,
you can take some more hits.
But hold on real quick. If you're Baltimore and you got to start thinking about paying him, I mean, you got to take into consideration all these, minor injuries. They're going to start coming more and more. You need to make him a pocket passer and just kind of scramble when you need to. You got to, these RPOs for him and these design runs are going to get this guy killed.
Well, look at what happens when Huntley came in. He almost fucking won the game for him.
And he almost got killed too. I mean, they're the same type of player.
No,
You
but
see
yeah,
that
he
though
played
with
better.
backup quarterbacks that come into games, like the team gets jolted up and the other team's not ready for that type of quarterback. You see, Brian Hoyer made a fucking living out of it. But if you have Huntley going instead of Lamar Jackson, they're dead. Baltimore's dead. It's season's over. So, I mean, yeah, Lamar is that good, but Bill's right that that type of quarterback, Ray, we've been on it. Not only can you not really make the right quarterback or the quarterback play when you need it most, we saw it in the 2-point conversion a week ago. You're going to get hurt and you're going to get run down as you get older, and you're not going to be able to do the things that you need to do to be as successful as you are. What else you got? Baker pulls the win out of his ass against. And the Steelers don't like playing a full 60 minutes of football. Yeah, that was a weird game against the Vikings. Did we talk about Chase Claypool?
What an idiot. Cost himself, they cost what, 10 seconds, 8 seconds?
Yeah.
And fucking just give
you got to celebrate a first down. Okay.
Not when you're losing.
So dumb. Why are football players so dumb?
Dude.
It's like you see it all the time. Like they score a touchdown and they're down 48-3, and they're like, "Yeah, fucking touchdown! I got to do my celebration." And they're like, the opposing teams point at the scoreboard. It's just so dumb. I don't know.
But look, they make a living getting the shit kicked out of them, and they focus their entire lives on making their bodies finely tuned. Like they aren't the smartest people in the world. Athletes generally are, I think, just in general, mediocre to lower levels of intelligence. They're just their brains are too focused on being that good at one thing to be that smart elsewhere.
True.
That's the answer to that.
Jot that down.
Send the hate mail to adam.morello04@gmail.com. Yeah, the Steelers, that game was wild to come back. That didn't come back. And the Browns, are the Browns back? Are they legit, or are they just kind of limping along?
Yeah, well, again, Lamar Jackson going out early, and what was it, the earliest second quarter? That played a lot of into it. I think Lamar's in that game and healthy. They probably beat Cleveland.
They were losing with Lamar. They were down big with Lamar.
Lamar would have came back. So comes back. Colts were crushing Baltimore. Lamar came back early this year too.
Josh Allen, is he elite? Bill's been very high on Josh Allen these last two games. He liked what he did against the Patriots in the wind. He liked his play against the Bucks this past game, over 100 yards rushing. I think I'm not high on Josh Allen. I think he's a dumb play and a dumb throw or a bad throw waiting to happen. I think he's proven that so far, kind of in his career, and this year certainly. He's not the guy where his last throw of the game is the throw that needs to be made. He's the guy where the last throw of the game is wrong or off or incomplete or doesn't work. We've seen it time and time again with this guy. He had the game in his hands. They were marching down the field against one of the worst secondaries in the league to win the game after a 27-point comeback, and they get inside the red zone and he crumbles, falls in, he just completely crumbles. I don't know how much you want to blame that on coaching, but I mean, that was a dumb fucking play call, the fade to Diggs and that's just hoping for a flag. That's cowardly bullshit. But still, it was still a bad throw. Either way you want to slice it.
It wasn't even close to him, yeah.
No,
yeah, I wouldn't
underthrew him.
And he's at the second tier quarterbacks. I put him kind of low, back half of the top 10. I wouldn't say he's elite class yet, but I mean, he's sniffing on the door, knocking on the door.
Let's see what happens when Brian Daboll leaves. See how elite he might be.
Yeah, I mean, Daboll has done a real good job there as offensive coordinator. They put him in good situations, but this year I don't think he's been that great. They've had zero running game. They haven't even really tried running the football. I mean, Josh Allen was the leading rusher, and he's the only one that really ran the football. I mean, at one point in time, I think they had 3 rushes in the first half or something like that. It was.
And what was on a fake punt?
Yeah, it was a little ridiculous. I mean, I just think that offense. But I mean, they could have found something. They marched up and down into Tampa. I thought that was a good game. I wouldn't put him in elite category, but he's right underneath it in my opinion.
I don't like his mental game. I think that that type of game, you get down big, there's nothing to lose. You just go slinging out there. We see that from guys that are highly talented. Like you see the Jason Tatum effect. You put them in situations, that aren't pressure cooker, they can come through. It's just, I've just seen it too many times with this guy. Like when it comes down to mutt crunching time, he fucks up or doesn't come through. So sure, yeah, of course he's talented. He needs to be put in a really in a better situation. He can't be the guy. You can't be running the ball 3 times with Josh Allen as your quarterback. You just need a better coach and a better game plan than that.
Well, and he's on a walking boot and he has turf toe. So see how that works.
Yeah, it was so weird. Turf toe and you're in a fucking walking boot. He'll play this week.
Apparently, that's very painful. I've never had it, but apparently it's very, very bad. Yeah,
it lingers too. Some guys fucking.
Ray Lewis had to have his. Don't you have to get your Ray Lewis got his toe broken to fix it because it was so bad?
It hurts. It's like super, super painful. But the NFL, you just shoot that shit up. You don't feel it.
Those guys. Some of those guys are drug free, bro.
I guess.
Me too.
Last surprise of the weekend, the 49ers are in trouble. Jimmy G is making it very hard for them to deal him away since he's leading the 49ers to a playoff spot. I see what you did there. 49ers are in trouble because their quarterback's too good. Trey Lance hasn't played in weeks. Jimmy G is outside the top 10 in all passing categories. Who looks bad in this situation? Shanahan or Lynch? I assume you're talking about creating a quarterback controversy because they've just hated Jimmy G all along.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. But yeah, I think Shanahan, he openly came out and said he wanted to get Brady on his team or another quarterback. He wanted Trey Lance to be the next guy in. So yeah, it looks bad on Shanahan on all fronts.
No, I mean, you can let him sit a little bit. I mean, if you think, especially the way Garoppolo is playing right now, I mean,
for $25 million to not be that guy.
Third overall pick, 3 total first-round picks.
No, I know, but I mean, at least you can carry Garoppolo into next year. I don't think they will. I think they're going to turn it. It sounds like they're going to turn it completely over to Lance next year. But I mean, at least you get him if he finishes this year strong and they make a good run in the playoffs with Garoppolo. It's going to be hard to transition away from him next year, especially in the fan base is saying like, come on, what if they go to the NFC title game? I know they're not going to, but if they make some kind of run, I mean, the way they're playing, Deebo Samuel right now is disgusting, and Kittle's got 342 yards over his last 3 games.
Yeah, so I mean, 14 completion catches just last game.
And 3-4, I think it's 5 touchdowns. I think in the last 3 games. I mean, the way the offense is playing around Garoppolo, if they're playing this good and they finish strong this year, it's going to be hard to turn it over to Lance. So, I mean, you got to think, and it looks bad on them that gave up 3 first-round draft picks where, again, all the rumor was Mac Jones was there. Do it all over again. You trade 3 first-round picks for Mac Jones? Absolutely.
Not fun. Rodgers, which was on with Green Bay had on the table into it. That's all good about Garoppolo until he gets hurt, which is very, very possible. It probably will happen. That's Shanahan's beef with him, I think. Where's the best spot for him next year? Garoppolo.
Carolina.
Denver maybe. Saints will be a good spot. Yeah, Pittsburgh. I heard the Saints. Pittsburgh, I heard would be
not tough enough for Pittsburgh. Give him the Saints. Give him the Peyton. He can get the ball out, screen game, similar to the Patriots. I think he'd do well.
You can
go
to Pittsburgh, you can rape a girl and be fat and still be beloved by the whole program.
I have to beep that. Best matchups moving forward in week 15.
Can't make rape jokes.
Oh shit, 15. Damn. My bad, baby.
Chiefs and Chargers Thursday night football. Good Thursday night matchup there. Patriots Colts. We got Saturday football on the schedule. I love this time of year.
Saturday. I love Saturday. Yes. Saturday night was the 8:00 game too.
8:30 p.m.
Patriots Colts Saturday night game of the week, I'd say. Although Chiefs Chargers Thursday, that wasn't Thursday night. Maybe the Chiefs Chargers challenge.
What is that? I'm sorry, but that's dumb scheduling. That game needs to be moved. You want this team? You want them on a full week.
They can't want Thursday night games, but yeah,
I know. But you want that game.
It should be like a matinee. It should either be 4:25 or 8:20 on Sunday night.
Should be.
Titans Steelers going up. The Steelers, I don't know. They're a tough team to watch. And Packers Ravens would be good if Lamar was playing. We'll see if he makes it. Okay, let's move on to what everyone has been waiting for. Dr. Big Mac's power rankings. Why don't you give us 10 through 6?
Thank you, Richard. At number 10, I have the Indianapolis Colts at 7-6. At number 9, the 8-5 Los Angeles Chargers. At number 8, I have an asterisk because as we record this is Monday. Monday Night Football is happening with the Rams and Cardinals. I have them at 8 right now, but if they win tonight, I have them climbing to 5. If they lose, I feel like they should still stay at 8. Number 7, the Tennessee Titans at 9-4. And at number 6, the Dallas Cowboys at 9-4.
Even if the Rams win, I'm not moving them out of 8.
They beat the best team in the league in their own home.
I don't think it vaults them to 5.
I think they leapfrog Dallas and Tennessee. I put them at 6. I'm sorry. Let me put them at 6.
And back,
If they win, if they beat the Cardinals, then yeah, I'd probably put them above the Titans and Cowboys.
so
Yeah.
6. Yeah, I wouldn't
Sorry.
go to 5. I think.
Sorry, Billiam. My fault.
Go ahead, go with your next 5 because it's kind of.
Hold on. Is there anyone he's missing? He learned from last week. He put the Colts in there.
And
He put the
Chargers.
Colts in there. He dumped the fucking Bills. Those losers. Losers.
I dumped
Yeah,
the
I'm
Ravens.
dumping
as
the
well.
Ravens. I'm dumping the Bills. Cincinnati doesn't belong there. I think the Colts just.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable with the Colts in there, honestly.
I think that's right, Ray. I think you got it right. I don't think you could put anybody else in there.
Took 15 weeks, baby, but I finally got it.
Finally, and right now, as it stands, Bill, do you like the order 6 through 10? Would you put the Titans above the Cowboys? I might put the Titans above the Cowboys.
If they're getting healthy, I like the Titans better.
The Cowboys have just been so
Weird.
Ugh.
Honestly, like right now, I would probably Rams at 6, Titans, Cowboys, Chargers, Colts would be the rest.
I don't like that the Rams didn't win in November. I don't think you get 5th in the league if you win a month without winning. But
you beat a division rival in their own building. That'd be
for sure. Yeah, if they beat the Rams, that definitely vaults you when you beat the best team in the league. Yeah,
right
it's
now.
pretty close. That's 7-3
right now.
6, 7, 8
Rams
type
score.
of thing is a little close. And the LA Chargers probably are in the right spot.
Very good. 5 through 1. At number 5, I have Bills, Kansas City Chiefs at 9-4. Beat someone good, and I'll move you. At number 4, I have the New England Patriots, who are on a bye week. Yes, I read it, Richard, right off the email. The New England Patriots at 9-4 at number 4. At number 3, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 10-3. Number 2, I have the Green Bay Packers at 10-3, and Arizona is still at 1. Best team in the league.
I'm putting Tampa at number 2.
I don't know.
You're putting Tampa at 2 and moving Green Bay to 3?
Yep.
What happened to Tampa in the second half of that Bills game?
They look like caca.
What happened in the first half of the Packers game?
Well played.
Did they win? Did Brady show up when he needed to? That's the edge.
So
right?
what happened with? Can I ask you a question real
And
quick?
Aaron Rodgers put up 45.
No, but this is my point. Like Aaron, so who you trusting in a game, right? If they're playing right now, big game, Rodgers or Brady, you're going Brady every time. That's my that's
where are they playing?
I don't care where they're fucking playing because Brady marched into Lambeau Field and won in the NFC Championship game last year, right? So I'm taking Brady, and that's the edge right now, and that's why I'm flip-flopping Green Bay and Tampa, and I'm putting Tampa at number 2.
Talk me into it.
And if Arizona loses tonight, I'm putting Tampa at number 1.
Wow.
Ooh.
So for weeks, you've been all over me for not putting Green Bay at number 1. How dare I not put Green Bay at number 1? Arizona's not a real good team. And yet now they're at 3 for you?
Arizona?
Green Bay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, fucking A. I'm sorry. That
Can't
solves
beat
everything.
that logic,
Yeah,
Ray.
sorry,
What else do you
sorry.
need him to say?
What
Yeah.
do you need me to go? I just gave you my whole reasoning.
No,
of
you've
why.
already explained it well enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bills, how about the Patriots and Chiefs? Bill, I know that you like the Chiefs more than the Patriots. You're getting outvoted here. I put the Pats.
No, I
above
like the Chiefs. I like the Chiefs at 5, the Patriots at 4. I haven't backed down that statement. I mean,
But you
we've
said
had
that
them there.
the Chiefs will beat them home or away.
Doesn't matter. I'm still taking the Patriots right now
Hey,
because Patriots
hey,
are number
wait,
1
wait.
seed in the AFC.
Rich.
That is
Yeah.
why.
Fucking
Yeah.
Rain Man logic.
Yeah.
Rain Man logic. It's flipping me all upside down. Chiefs and Patriots. Who do you like, Bill? At home. Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Away. Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Big Mac power rankings. Who's better? Patriots.
First place in the AFC. That you got to take. That's the tiebreaker. You got to take it into consideration.
Okay. Rain Man logic is running strong here. Ray, I think overall this was very well done. I like Cardinals at 1. You can't take that away from them. And Bill talked me into Tampa at 2 just because of the Brady factor. It's playing too good.
The
Aaron
Rain
Rodgers.
Man factor, too.
And the Rain Man logic
Yeah.
is,
It works.
yeah.
Yeah.
This has been the Swim Mind Sports Show, Wednesday edition NFL recap, week 14. We'll see you in week 15. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, Irene.
Thank you, Irene.
Yes, excited.
She doesn't know Spanish.
It's the only other language that I know. Thank you.
Muchacha? Muchacha?
It's the
Gracias.
same language, you dumb
Gracias,
fucking
muchacha.
mucho gracho. Is that what you said? Mucho gracho?
It's all hitting at once. Sorry, yes.
Oh, merci. Merci.
Merci beaucoup.
You guys are French. You don't know that one?
Je m'appelle Raymond.
Arrivederci.
That's Spanish too.
It's Italian, you fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Good God. Mucho gracho.
They don't say that to me at the Olive Garden.
Just reminds me of Inglorious Bastards. Arrivederci.
Great movie.
That's Spanish.
Fucking love that movie.
that.
So stupid. You're so stupid, dude.
What's another way to say thank you, not in Spanish? Mucho gracho. Oh, what a fucking idiot.
So stupid.
Arrivederci. That's Spanish too.
I heard Ariba. Sorry. Arriba. You know, you hear that? You're just like, oh, it's Spanish, bro.
No, just stick to English.
Ooh, it's bad, that too.